Scania ஸ்வீடன் நாட்டை சேர்ந்த 130 வருஷத்துக்கும் மேலே மொபிலிட்டி சொல்யூஷன்ஸ் ப்ரொவைட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு கம்பெனி. 2010 காலகட்டத்திலிருந்து அவங்களுடைய இந்தியன் ப்ரெசன்ஸ் இருந்துகிட்டு இருக்கு. அவங்களுடைய புது கார்ப்பரேட் ஆஃபீஸை பெங்களூரில் ஓப்பன் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. ஸோ அதை பர்சனலாக விட்னஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நாம் ட்ராவல் பண்ணி அங்கே போயிருந்தோம். இந்த ஆஃபீஸை இந்தியாவுக்கான ஸ்வீடன் அம்பாசிடர் ஹிஸ் எக்ஸலன்சி ஜான் தெலீஃப் தான் ஓப்பன் பண்ணியிருந்தாரு. அதன் தொடர்ச்சியாக ஸ்கானியானுடைய ஏஷியா வைஸ் பிரசிடென்ட் மிஸ்டர் மார்டின், அப்புறம் ஸ்கானியா இந்தியானுடைய மேனேஜிங் டைரக்டர் மிஸ்டர் சில்வியோ, இவங்க 2 பேர் கூடயும் ஒரு ரவுண்ட் டேபிளில் உட்காந்து பேசுறதுக்கான வாய்ப்பும் கிடைச்சது. தொடர்ச்சியாக நீங்கள் பார்க்க போகிறது நாம கேட்ட கேள்விகளுக்கு அவங்க கொடுத்த பதில்கள் தான். ஸ்கானியாவை பற்றின எல்லா டீட்டெயில்ஸ், அவங்களுடைய ஃபியூச்சர் ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜிக் பிளான்ஸ் எல்லாமே நாம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஸோ தொடர்ச்சியாக இந்த வீடியோவை பாருங்க.
See, we are almost restarting with a high ambition to grow in India, following the growth of the economy and the growth of the country. That is fantastic. Then we are free to ask any question that you are willing to, or not.
Yeah. So a couple of times you mentioned restarting. So how do you define the restarting? What would be the new strategy compared to your past?
So we started in the beginning of the 2010-11, and the idea were focusing in buses, mainly, and something that is not our core product, that to manufacture bus bodies in India. And after some time, we decided to stop the bus body production globally. Then we had another factory, and in Poland, and also that factory was closed. We are not designing or produce any more bodies. Then we almost stayed for some time reflecting about what we're going to do in India. Then in 2023, the Swedish board decided that we need to grow in India as India is growing. India is a very important, we can say geopolitical, or the market is very important for us to the future. Scania has the mission to grow all over the world, and we cannot do this without being out of India. This is what means restarting for us. Then we have a decision, strong decision to go and to grow not out of the mining market, all segments that can compete with our products today, and also learning this India market about the future's needs, and see what we can do in terms of product also in order to fulfill the needs of the India market. Right, Mark? That's their restart.
Okay. So what would be the primary focus when you say restarts?
Well, we cannot start without leaving what we are doing already. And what we are doing is selling for mining application. And we brought new products last year in the super launch for mining with the most modern technology that we have available, giving a lot of fuel efficiency, additional fuel efficient to our customers. Coal mining is not easy in terms of profit. There is a lot of challenges. Global market is not that big in terms of price for coal, like iron ore, like gold, or any other mineral. Then they need to have a very fuel efficiency, reliable product in the operation. Okay. And that's why we brought what we have modern technology in order to deliver these results to our customers in India.
What are the fundamental differences when you provide solution for mining, coal mining, iron ore, or gold mining? When you provide differences in solutions?
See, we are learning this in India, but from other markets we don't see so much difference. I'm coming from a country that is very big in mining iron ore, and we have big mines there. Open mines, open pit like here. And I can tell you that in iron ore, we have more overburden than in coal. They need much more machines to exploit the mine than in coal. Coal that you have in India is almost in the surface.
Right.
then it's not that much overburden, and the exploitation is not that difficult. Iron ore is much more difficult to extract the iron ore from the mixture that we have after the explosion. We have a lot of mixture of sand, earth, and minerals. They have to say you have to carry all of these and do separation and transport. It's a more complex operation than coal.
I can say, of course, there is a lot of similarities between the operations.
Yeah.
But you have one type of mining is completely different. That is not the open pit; it's underground mining.
Yeah.
And underground mining, we have specifically a lot of underground mining up in the northern part, northern hemisphere. And when I say underground, it goes more than 1 kilometer underground, in tunnels underground.
We have one of these in Peru. I visited 1,200 meters below the surface, 300 meters below the sea level.
And that is tough. It's whole communities down there, and it puts a lot of demand on the vehicles, other demands on the vehicles also, where the air, how the air constellation is round, and also how the vehicle can move down all the way down in the underground mining and going up steep, very steep, from more than 1 kilometer all the way up. You know, I was in Sweden. We have it in the north. I'm a little bit claustrophobic when it comes to underground.
Completely.
And I told the mining operations, one of the biggest mining companies in Sweden, okay, whatever you do, don't bring me down. And then we were talking, suddenly we were down.
It's not easy.
No, it's not easy.
And also for the truck itself, it's not easy, because with this big difference of height, the engine starts to lose power due to the lack of oxygen.
Okay. Pressure is less.
Then you have to have a over-dimensioned engine in order to have power enough down there to bring the material. It's as you mentioned, Martin, it's a very specific technology that has to be applied in order to do this underground mining.
All of these tests from different operations, the toughest operations are in the mining, but different operations, different climate zones, and different areas is where our products are tested and operated. If we talk about India, this is where we are working right now. We are in the toughest operations where we are. And as you mentioned, the ambition level is to take a bigger part of the mining, and even outside.
Out of coal.
Out of coal, not only coal.
Yeah.
And with this background, the quality of our product is at an extremely high level. And as I mentioned earlier, we are actually the leader in technology and the quality worldwide, Scania. And with that background also is a good foundation also, because we are the most difficult operations where we operate, and it's a big easy then for the quality wise to move to other segments, also with the Indian market coming along. So this is the ambition level is to go further on.
Yeah.
To go further on. From
I don't know why you are looking for me at
because
this very moment.
Because
and I say ambition is
so of course, so we will not stand here and to be in off-road, so we have to be on the on-road as well. So that's an ambition level, but stepwise, and as I mentioned earlier, it is actually the structured, important India speed, because only speed will not make actually a good foundation. So it's a structured Indian speed, how we move forward to build a strong foundation in India and to be sustainable for the future, and actually having our customers, that it started and with our customers in mind, that they have to have the best partner together with us. So the quality, step by step, service network structure, and to build that step by step up, and to be an important part of the development with the Indian market, you can say.
Not even in the hardware part, but in the software part, it means the hardware is the truck, right? But we need to expand much in the supporting the truck, helping the customer to take the best from the machine and to have the best availability. And this we can do with the services that we have, developed in so many markets in the world, by helping the driver to drive better, save more fuel, reduce carbon emissions, reducing the failures of the truck by better driving, taking care of what is need to take care, and also after doing the maintenance, repair, and locally with our people, with our parts, with our tools, and guaranteeing to the customer the lowest operational cost possible and the best revenue possible. And we were dedicating ourselves to learn and develop products to help the customer in both sides, not only reducing cost, but increasing revenue at the same time. And this balance is something that we are strongly driven to develop in India with the customers. Today we are just mostly selling the trucks, but we will evolve in order to deliver and deploy the complete solution for the customer. That's we are migrating for truck sales to solution sales, exactly to go for in this direction with the customers.
Okay. So we can see that as Scania 2.0 or India 2.0 for Scania.
Well, you can say so. I can say 5.0.
Okay. So you see the 2.0, as you said, as a premium positioning, or how do you do the competitive pricing with the competition?
We have a premium product, always. We always had, and we always will have. And
It's value for money.
yeah, and we are most of the time not talking anymore about prices. We are talking about what is the best cost per ton that you can get. And I can guarantee you that we are delivering the best cost per cubic meter possible in India. That's
You know what happens in various society is that when you have no infrastructure, then the high quality and the high uptime is less worth in that part. India is a market that is going to be very, very mature on this development with all the infrastructures built. And also with the logistical centers and the whole thing that it is moving. More and more e-commerce, which demands more and more traffic, more and more hubs and more distribution in short time. People want to have the goods yesterday with the order today coming along. And this pressure is coming on from the customers, goes to our customer's customer, and then meaning our customer, the transporter, logistic companies, they need to perform. And performance is actually uptime. And that is linked to actually the efficiency that you're building in India with the infrastructure coming up. So this is actually what you're mentioning. One thing is fuel consumption, another thing is uptime and reliability and trust in your partner where you work with. Because if the truck fails coming along, or the distribution, then the whole image of the company it fails. And then our customer will actually maybe cancel the contract for them because that is not reliable, because we as a person's order don't rely in this company where we order the products from. So I mean, that is so important about the image, trust, quality, uptime, that you have to value in money. So if we stay only, you look upon a product, if you want to buy a phone that looks like this or that, it is not a price question. It's a functionality and the quality question we're talking about now. If you buy clothes, you want to wear it once and then it's distorted, or do you want to wear it in 1,000 washes? What do you expect from what you buy? So it's actually the cost of a lifetime, and also on the revenue side, you have to see in the total picture. In the old way of seeing, you look upon price. But that is not really how you build a company, whatever you do, if you don't look upon value for money and what you are getting. And that is what is important. Right? It's okay, premium or not, but it's value for money and the partnership you build up with trust when you build an infrastructure and trust in whatever company you have. That's the essential thing that we are selling actually coming along. And by doing this part, as a Silvio, it is actually all business are also local. And that means local is not only talking about India. India is a continent. India is like Europe. India is huge coming along now. So I mean, we have to have local partners. We are really have local Indian partners that are locally based and know the customers and build the trust all the way out. So a lot of independent partnerships is things that we need to build up also with local Indian partners step by step in this direction. And then it's important that we are avoiding the weakest link. You know, the weakest link will make the business not function. That's why we need to build a trustworthy link together with all the interactions all the way out with the connectivity to the customer's interface, that we can trust and be there when needed and not all the way. And that is the infrastructure, ecological system that we are step by step in Indian's structure speed, we are also starting to build right now. So you will see the development coming.
Yeah.
Sure. And what will be the strategy plan for the 1 year and a long-term plan for 5 years? Like the number of dealership increases?
The strategy is to grow. We will grow where we have more probability to grow. Sorry for the repetition, but we cannot touch today the mass market, not today, maybe in the future. Then we're gonna go for niches and areas that we have conditions today to deliver the best result of the business. Every businessman is looking for profitability, and we are specialized in delivering the best profitability possible in that application. Then we have mapped already some segments, like e-commerce is something that seems to be developing fast in this direction, and some others we are mapping also. Then we're gonna start from this one and growing. Regarding services and dealerships depend on the type of the market. If we continue with mining, we don't need dealerships. This is on-site services that we are delivering, and we will continue and we will grow in the portfolio that delivering to improve the service at site. If we go to other minerals, will be the same. Say on-site services, no dealerships are needed. But when we start to go for on-road, then dealerships are needed. We don't see in India now the same infrastructure that we have in some other countries, not only of Scania, but other brands also, that the big dealerships every 100 kilometers. This is not common here still. Then we are growing in a smart way, let's say, providing services anywhere that the customer needed. And most of the customers that are going to the logistics, they are not willing to stop in the middle of the road to do maintenance. Their target is to run 23 hours a day with a truck. And then they need the service at site, like mining, because they want to, during the time that they are unloading and loading, we are doing the maintenance of the tractor. Then if you ask someone of these companies to stop, go to a dealership 20 kilometers from here, do the service and return, he says, no, because I'm gonna lose 3-4 hours of driving. Then once they are focusing productivity, we need to deliver this. And the only way of delivering this is doing service at site. Then this concept of dealership is good when you are looking for single-owner drivers. They are not too much worried about huge productivity. But the segment that we are focusing gradually is productivity. And this means don't ask me to go for a dealership because it won't work. And this is not new for us. This is happening a lot of different markets. So dealerships are utilizing by single-owner drivers, small and medium companies, but the big ones, we are doing what we call customer workshop services. Okay. Then we are going there in their workshop, establishing our service bay, 1 or 2 or 3, with our equipment and tools. And when the truck arrives to do unload and loading or change of driver, we are doing what is necessary to keep the truck running.
This must be convenient for the big fleet operators, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
And on the road, what kind of a segment you will be focusing?
Then we are talking, I mentioned, the say, medium companies and single-owner drivers that are not under full contract. That they are working for job or what we call spot sales of freight. They are waiting someone to call to transport something from A to B. Then they have time, idle time, unfortunately, because this is cost. They have idle time enough to go for a dealership, wait the truck to be repaired and maintained and take the truck back. And he will not lose service in this meaning. But every trucking company, logistic company is going for productivity in order to be profitable, because their customer also is looking for high productivity, high uptime in order to do the delivery as fast as possible. We see this in India in the last mile already. A lot of small companies going for a lot of solutions to do deliveries in 1 hour, 2 hours. Then can you imagine, ask to them, no, stop your fleet to do maintenance? No way. They won't do this. Then you need to adapt yourself to serve and to deliver productivity. This means service at the customer side. But it's important to reinforce, as Martin,
Okay.
we will go with the local partners. The dealership, India has a specific culture. We are good, but not that good in order to live as Indians. Say, to perform like
I
Indians.
just wanted to ask that what is the reason to go with the local? Because you don't follow that model elsewhere, right?
In some countries,
Specific challenges you see in India that that has led you for these dealerships.
I can answer that question.
Thank you.
No, but we are, in a way, you could say, we are quite new in India, in a way. Even if you mentioned we've been here 15 years, but we are quite new, to be honest, in India. And I don't talk about mining areas, I talk about on-road. We are quite new in that field. And majority, 99% of all the markets worldwide, where we come in from the beginning, we don't come in ourselves in the beginning in the retail. Same thing in Europe. When we started in Europe, which is our home market, more or less all the dealers were independent. We only had, let's say, our home, Sweden, we only had one dealer. I was in Stockholm. And that's Scania from Stockholm, Before, everything was private all over, how we start. And then, step by step, when things maturing, depending on the private dealer who is there, there are succession situations or whatever. Then we're coming in and taking over, if that is okay with the partner coming along. And again, reason for that part is, you mentioned that in a way, Silvio, because market is local.
Yeah.
Delhi is not Bengaluru. Pune is not Bangalore or Delhi, because market is local. You need to have local competence and local understanding and local way of doing the business locally with the customers coming along. And we cannot do that.
Yeah.
We don't. We can employ people and start, but we don't have the business mindset. I think about the local business that is done with the relationship with that part. So that's why when we're starting our operation, every market, not with India, worldwide. The same thing you did in Brazil.
Brazil. Scania started in Brazil.
Local, with trustworthy, and when we find the local partners, they already have a relationship with the local logistical company. So they see opportunity to partner with us, and we with them, linked to the customers that really a structure already exists, and that is the reason we are going the strategy with local partners wherever they are. I think it's clear now.
In India, the situation is more specific than, let's say, different languages, different uses.
Even more, even more.
Even business style from the north to the south. I'm learning this with my people.
But India? How many
languages?
Yeah. How many are there?
More than 50.
Yeah, when I started to travel to India first, I was really. So it's really it's more than a continent.
Some languages you don't have script. It's only spoken.
Dialects.
It's incredible.
There is no script.
Yeah, so there are no dialects. Like I am from the
No rating.
Lee region.
Now I say,
Think about us coming in where is that? In Dalek.
Dialect, yeah.
Dialect, that does not have a...
Think about us
Dialect.
coming in here, taking somebody from Bangalore, let's start an operation there.
no, it's not
I
possible.
mean, it is not possible. So we need to really take the business local. All business is local to understand that part. But that's the reason.
Okay, by the way, it's 121 major languages.
How many?
121 major languages
Oh,
in India.
121.
I
Okay,
just checked.
okay, I gave up.
For my understanding, what you're going to do, you have already appointed 2 dealers, correct? So, and there are niche segment that you're playing as of now. And then you have service center closer to the customer.
Yep.
Correct. So these service centers are operated by the dealers?
Yes.
Or
The dealers,
through
dealers.
the dealers,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
So as now that I think you are in the revival mode, how quickly can Scania India turn its India comeback into a meaningful market presence? Which means,
Well, I have
which means I'll just explain to you. You have only 2 products as of now.
Yeah.
And then would you be expanding product in that segment to go niche further, or would you also go to a larger segment where you can enhance your volume?
both.
Both. Yeah.
We are bringing new products to deep our participation in mining, but not only coal mining, because this is also something that we're going to do now. We're going to expand our participation out of the coal mining, iron ore, I don't know, limestone, whatever. And in order to be more close to the customer needs, we're going to expand our portfolio in this kind of application. And this kind of application, mining, has a lot of similarities of heavy construction. And this is the next step. So India is booming in heavy construction, right? Harbors, airports, railways, and this is a different application than the small tipper that run in the cities. And big machines, uptime, productivity, we are good in this. Then at the same time that we are deepening our portfolio to mining, we are expanding our coverage to other minerals and heavy construction. At the same time, we are starting to analyze and decide what products we're going to start in on-road application.
Yeah, I agree. So you are going in phases.
Yes.
But can I say that Scania is playing too safe in India with this phased expansion?
Too safe?
Playing safe.
Yes.
Or is the strategy that is the second innings of Scania just a cautious experiment?
No, it is not. It's a tough decision from the board, and Mr. Martin is part of the board,
Chairman of the board also.
to expand our presence in India, not in a small gradient.
Put it
Bigger.
Put it like that. Safe is good.
No.
Safe is good.
Can I replace for sustainable? We need to go sustainable.
Exactly. That is linked to that part what you say now. Because safe is good and that is sustainable because of what the aim is to go with an Indian structured speed in India, meaning safe is good but with a certain speed. But doing that part, we need to do it in a trustworthy way so it's sustainable, meaning that we cannot just run in and then sort out that the customer will have all our full support all the way. So that is safe is actually good, but it's nothing negative with that part. So we want to move in a speed enough, but be able to deliver on the same time and deliver to our promises. And that is how you build a local brand as well. You build trust with the partners. So it could sound boring when we say safe in a way, but it is safe is good actually. It's sustainable.
I understand because I asked this question because you have come more than 10-15 years ago, and then now we are going to almost taking into the inflection point, if I can say. And so that's where it is. When you take the phased approach, when will this in turn turn into visible results? That is, and I think your focus is.
It should be within the 5-year plan. It should be within the 5-year plan.
5-year plan. So that will that also include the expansion of customer base, network? Is it also localization?
I say yes. I'm telling to the people that say we are doing localization since long time ago. So we are bringing to Europe more than 200 items from India already. So if you go inside the gearbox, inside the engine, you're going to see a lot of Indian parts already.
So what's the percentage now? And then what
I don't see. I know that it's more than 200 items, different items that we are buying in India from local producers and bringing to Europe to assemble in our components. Say localization is possible, but it's a process.
Okay. It's process driven, correct?
Yeah, process driven.
It's time for endurance.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's a good comment, Silvio, what you mentioned that part, because that is the most hidden secret.
Yeah.
The localization, most hidden secret, because localization is not only about what you assemble and put in India for India, because I must say this is the most hidden secret, is that because of a lot of good, high quality suppliers in India are supplying components to the world.
Yeah.
Instead of India. So that's the most hidden secret that we should talk more about, actually.
Yeah.
How much we are integrated in the Indian market. It's a secret, but it shouldn't be a secret. We should actually bring that up, actually. That's how we work together with India for localization for the world. International localization, you could say, in a way. No?
Curiosity, we are the first or one of the first software-driven truck in the world.
Okay.
Like electric cars. The major supplier of those software services is Bangalore.
I know. See, Scania is one of the commercial vehicle companies in the world that started sourcing from India. I think 25 years.
Yeah.
As far as I know, 25 years. Yeah. But in your speech, what you said is, I really liked it because India will pave the way for the future transport solutions, and Scania wants to be part of it. So, and also you mentioned that you're going to increase from truck sale to solution sale. So, how do you see this pan out for Scania in the next 4 to 5 years?
I think we had the discussions in the car yesterday, Silvio, linked to that part, because we want, being part of something is not sitting in the back seat. Being part of is not sitting in the trailer in the back. Being part of something is sitting in the front seat, but sometimes in the driver's seat together. And what I meant, what we talked about yesterday, and what I meant when I had a speech here, is that to be part of something that is paving the way for the future transport solutions is being an active part, not a passive part. A passive part sits in the back seat. An active part is actually working together with the Indian transport circularity or setup in India, and to see actually who we can be part of this development more than the steel. The trucks is the steel and the plastic, right? Then you have the services, that's the service stations. Then I mentioned in my speech connectivity. You heard me saying once, advanced connectivity. I just said one phrase. I don't know how many noticed that part. But advanced connectivity is linked to transport efficiency. And transport efficiency, you can see that you have an infrastructure and there are things that are moving on the infrastructure, the carrier. The trucks are the carrier, and then there are points that make the carrier run. But to make the infrastructure efficient, that's what I meant, efficient, then you need to have the connectivity and how to create an efficient transport system in India in total, how it's connected, the infrastructure with the hubs, with the logistical centers, and you said the last mile, everything has this connected. But to make that happen, you need to connect the system in a way. And that is what you have. I mentioned another thing, because you have the matureness, I said, you have the matureness in the digitalization. You are not in the stage of China and US yet, but you are coming with a speed and a learning and a lot of intellectual capacity. I mentioned that also. If you recorded my speech, you will find a lot of points that make sense because of the high, incredible talent pool you have in India, from university in India and outside India, bringing back. And that part, if you're utilizing this weight part in the infrastructure setup with the connectivity, digitalization, and the way everything comes, you can really, really pave the way together. So we want to be part of paving this way in intellectual capacity that is more than steel and rubber. and the intellectual capacity comes to how we connect everything all together. And that is what we are searching for also.
Yep.
To have partners discussions, not only with logistical companies, but also why not? Now I'm just my visionary thinking. Why not to the transport ministries set up discussions how they can make this happen together to be an active partner in this discussion. Now I'm just visionary thinking by that part, because that is what makes the difference of the difference.
Yeah.
You see, I mean, you see the thing. So I mean, if you recorded our speech there, but you can see a lot of points that is connected what I meant when I said that part. No?
And I'm interested to say this, the discussion that we have at the car, it started because we were going from the airport to Narasapura. Beautiful highways, very modern ones, right?
Right.
And you see the trucks that are transporting goods. Something is not fitting. You see trucks that are running at 35, 40 kilometers per hour, low cargo, heavy, highway that is supposed to improve the speed and safety, and that vehicle has no speed, no safety, and something is not matching. That we see this development coming, and this is where we will play. And as Martin mentioned, supplying only the truck will not solve it will not improve the situation. Then the connection in between the factory of the good and the last one that is receiving that good has to be interlinked in order to get the most productivity possible.
You know what, India, you need to take your space. And what I mean with that, you need to take your space in the world. Huh? It's not about only the local market here, because it's not about India as such. Huh? It's about India to take the part in the world, in the logistical setup, because it's also a bit touched upon. It's the harbors, it's the airports, and that has to be efficient in the harbors and airports. And maybe you are not. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you're not there yet to have that structure to be flow-free coming along, no? And then out of that boundary, look upon India where it is. You have in the middle of the world in a way coming up. And then it has to be connected to shipping also. Shipping infrastructure that you should actually be able to have the biggest, most important ports in the world. And that is happening outside India right now. But you're on the way and going this direction. But that needs to have efficiency, connectivity outside India as well. How you connect everything linked to that part as well. And that is the exciting thing, thinking about that part out of the box. What I believe India will be in the future. But then it's so much more, as you said, it's not only steel and plastic. Yeah? If you come in, we want to sell steel and plastic. Yeah? In a way, it's fun, but it could be more fun. Put it like this: it could be more fun if you connect the whole system, see where we are, and how that could be connected in a way coming along. But then, you see, and this is one thing what we love to talking about that part. To think things a bit in the bigger grounds coming along where we would like to head, and that's what I meant that we would like to be part of India that will pave the way for the transport solutions for the future. That's what I meant.
Martin, you spoke about connecting things here in different elements to be connected. But I think you're responsible for China, you're responsible for the major portions. Scania opened a new plant in Tomago, I think. It became operational last year. And I think Scania also introduced a Traction R&D Center, independent R&D center. So with your India focus now, how are you going to leverage the Tomago plant in China and also the Traction's R&D, independent R&D center? So how do you see a symbiotic relationship?
Visionary thinking in that part. We invested, before we only had we had regional production centers. In Asia we had 3. One of them in Bangalore. And in China we had nothing before. China is also a huge, important market, very competitive. And then many years ago, we decided we have to come into China. And then we invested more than 2 billion euros into the China plant. It's up and running now. But when you're doing something in this direction, it is also involving R&D. R&D, it's not about a legislation or things what is demanded for something to be. Then it might be / negative in a way, because it's linked to that the world is different. It's the same, but it's different. And you need to have the understanding of the local path where you are, where you're developing products that might diverse from other areas in the world. That's why we have a big R&D center also in China. And the same thing for India. We don't have the answer exact now, how it will look like in 5 years, after 5 years' time in India, and what our necessity ought to be in India coming along. It will be solved during the path about our interaction and actually how we are perceived and acting with India and making a good footprint in India as well. And by growing that part, we will see actually where and how much more we need to be active in the Indian market. But one thing is for sure is that we have to be local, understand the local needs in the Indian market. That is different. It's not that India is different, but all markets are different. And you have different players, important players, local players in India as well that we are competing with. And of course, we have to be better than what we're talking about now. So again, mindset is not only steel and rubber and the service to fulfill the maintenance. It's so much more that we would like to be part of with the paving the way for the future in India.
If I can add regarding R&D, R&D in China is not for China only. China is dedicated.
It's connected.
China Industrial Hub is dedicated to all Asia, basically. In order to understand, to be part of the development, you cannot have only one R&D seated in Södertälje, Sweden. You need to have a lot of local people, engineering, live in the local reality. And then we have not only Chinese engineers in India, we have different nationalities from different countries helping to look for what is needed to be more proxy to the need of this huge region, Asia and India. India is not out. This is why he is here. India is not out of the picture in this development. It's in the picture.
Okay, sir. Martin also mentioned about your plant is currently underutilized, right? To make it any business viable, manufacturing viable, you have to make fully utilized. So what are your plans to make your plant fully utilized? Will you be also thinking about making more products and export to nearby markets?
It could be. I don't know. We have to look for the geopolitical situation. But you have of course, close by countries that we might do things. You have Bangladesh up in the north. You have Sri Lanka in the south coming along.
Nepal.
Yeah, that area is coming along. And if you have
To the north,
of course,
no. To the north, no. No.
No, of course it could, but it's never good. It's good, depending where you see it, to have an underutilized capacity in the structure. I mentioned that part also to show the signal that we have the capacity also to grow. So either we bring down the capacity and we are happy, or we don't. And I didn't say we will bring down the capacity. So every word I was saying had a meaning behind that part, if you just could read in between the lines. And that was, we have the capacity, a lot of capacity to grow in the Indian market firstly.
How much is utilized now?
Low, very low. Say we can produce it in one single shift, 2,000 units per year. And this year we're gonna
two shift 4,000.
And we're gonna end it in between 200, 300.
Okay.
And they have a lot of space. And as Martin mentioned, if we look to the Indian market, we don't have enough capacity. Then at the moment, Bangladesh, Nepal, but to say, whoa, India, here, it's a huge market. Then I believe that once we have, we have a decent participation, we are okay in India, and to grow, it will be a huge effort. Then why will not exploit
Those markets.
neighborhood markets? But we are far from.
Okay.
India is
the
the
main
focus.
The what kind of figures are you looking at for this year?
Sorry, gentlemen, last 5 minutes, we're running.
Yeah,
Last
no
5
problem.
minutes.
5 minutes we have now.
It's been an hour.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions, so you start.
No. What kind of what kind of figures are you looking at this year in terms of sales?
I just told you.
No. You said that it's 200 or 300.
Yeah, it's about it.
Okay.
So you will achieve the full capacity utilization within 5
Well,
years?
depend on me to take some 4 or 5 years. Depend on him, much less.
2 years. I know he's your boss. So you have a super powertrain concept in, offering customers, with the high, TCO, total cost of ownership.
Lower.
Sorry, lower cost, total cost of ownership. So, do you have plans to introduce those kinds of innovative technologies for Indian customers?
But there are already possibilities here and now, to be honest. They are, but everything is linked to what kind of operations the customers are operating in. And you have a lot of elements when we look upon cost of ownership of a vehicle coming along. And it's linked to utilization of the vehicle. If you utilize it 1 hour a day, maybe it's difficult to get the right TCO on that part. And then you have the quality is one part, how it goes. And then you have also very, very important, it's a second-hand value. Because, I'm getting so tired sometimes in speaking about that, because I said price is irrelevant. Because cost is relevant. And cost per kilometer is even more relevant. And
Now,
if you sell something,
diesel price in the sky.
and then you have the fuel consumption on top of the price. But if you sell something for 100 or whatever, and then after 3 years, this is worth 10. The difference is cost. But if you sell something for 100, and after 3 years, you sell it back for 70. And then the cost is 30, depending on what you sell from the beginning. So you have to see the total context. And we also, because of the quality of the vehicle we do have, and the sustainable of the vehicle we have, actually we have by far the highest second-hand value. And that is so important parameter as well. And then but linked to all these parameters, you need to KYC, meaning you have to know your customer and your customer's operations and your customer's pain point and the need of the customer. I can tell you, sometimes, to be honest, sometimes a customer shouldn't even buy our product.
Yeah.
Because of their operations might not be optimized to our product. Depends. Many times it should. And that's the important thing, how you build a reliable partnership and trust to see that in our interest is to buy the confidence during a lifetime. And buying confidence during a lifetime is actually to see how we are securing that our customers will be profitable. If they are not, a customer will not be happy with a problem, and we will not be happy. So that's the important trigger to understand actually KYC and the specific needs and the routes. We should be even further on to talk about the customer's transport duty, where they are and where actually the logistics setup is like. I say, hey, I don't understand this part. That is fun. I love that part. They used to go to customers and have a white claim for me. Describe me your situation. And sometimes they cannot even describe. I said, you have an issue, I say. You have an issue. Because you see the end of the month how much is your account, but you might not know why. Yep. And that is what we together have to clarify also. That is the one part of the total concept of the total cost of economy and the TOE. That is the earning point that is even more for the customers.
I asked this question because this particular super powertrain was responsible for the increased market share for Scania in Europe, 17.6 or something, right? No? Last year or year before. Since India, you know better, since India market is also maturing from the cost consciousness to the value consciousness. So would this help as a catalyst for you to accelerate growth
Yes,
for
yes.
Scania in India?
Yes,
That's what my
let's say,
question was.
many years ago, Scania decided to lead the transformation for a more sustainable transport. In India, we will do exactly this because the maturity of the market is going on, and we will be part of this process of increase the maturity. The learning from value, from price to value is part of our task now. It's part of our responsibility. Otherwise, we're gonna be out of the market. Then we know that the market grows in this direction. We know that in order to our customer be sustainable, they need to change gradually to a more professional vision of the business. Even though sometimes they are not having trucks because they understand that, and this is not something that we are dreaming about. Experience for so many markets. Then here, see, talking about residual value, our mining customer are used to scrap the truck. They are not aware how much money they are losing. Because they are used to, let's say, to maintain more or less till they end to pay the loan. Then they started to cannibalize some trucks to do maintenance to the other. They are losing a lot of capital. Because we know from the markets that if the maintenance is done good till the fourth year in mining, the resale value will be very high. Then if you do the accounting of the total TOC, it will be much better if instead of going to cannibalize and scrap, he's changed the business process, business way of doing. And this is part of our task also. Because this is what Scania is good, is to deliver a very reliable, long-living truck. Then he can get money back from the truck. And the second life of the truck is also almost as good as the first life. Then this is also the transformation process that we are leading in the market.
The last question, Martin. A lot of companies have started using green castings, green forgings to achieve their sustainability goals. And
Green
sustainability goals. They are sourcing green castings, green forgings. It means, you know that, no? Green castings and forgings. So,
green casting with this fuel.
No, green.
The castings
Steel.
made of
Green steel. Green steel.
Okay.
steel.
Yeah.
Steel.
Green steel and
Yeah.
then green castings.
Yes.
So, a lot of companies are sourcing from India. Has Scania started looking at
Yes.
sourcing these things?
Yes.
How long? Just
Yes.
half a minute of your
No.
time.
Okay. Yes. That is something that's coming very, very strongly also. The green steel, green casting, green steel coming along, and that is part of our sustainability journey, so to speak, and to bring down actually the cost what we bring out, bring it badly to the earth, so to speak. And we also have companies in India that have green steel, but we have also one of the biggest one is going to be established in Sweden right now. The interesting part, because I have a former MD a long time ago. He's the MD of the green steel mine up in the north.
SA.
Huh?
SA.
No, it's a competing to SSAB to that part now. So they are on the way. They will be up and running within 2 years as well. And put it like that, we have promised a stake in that, not ownership, but promised an order when they're up and running to buy green steel. And the same thing, we are looking for green steel worldwide as well, including India. Yes, that is important.
Yeah, and in Sweden we have our own foundry.
Okay.
It's a very green, new, modern foundry already. Then
And the steel should come from green development,
and the
green
steel-
casting. We are not 100% green steel, absolutely not. But this is the mindset going this way forward, and this is for the purchasing, the sourcing department. They have that as one part of the mission, go in this direction.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.